What is up, everybody? Welcome to Classroom Yappin' Part 2, First Day Boogaloo. And today is the first day, and I want to get into a first day what's in my bag. But before we do that, I am going to just talk briefly about what I was talking about yesterday, or discussing yesterday, I should say. In terms of I'm just not great at first days mentally, right? Not that it stresses me out. I think just in terms of my history of going to school on the first day of school, whether that's elementary school, high school, college, or partaking in the first day, which as a teacher, I just tend to be really scatterbrained. Now, as far as my physical activity, I've been better at honing that into my classroom, and I spent a lot of time in my classroom yesterday preparing it, over the past 3 days, really, preparing it for my students, getting work ready for them, preparing behavior stuff, and also, as you'll see here, preparing these nameplates for my students, which is kind of a new thing to me. I've been teaching 10 years. I've been 3D printing since May, and I wanted to tie the two together, and I wanted to have just a different activity for them to do on the first week of school, because these behavior lessons tend to get really cut and dry. I tend to get bored, and I've noticed that the kids are ready to jump into curriculum really quickly. And they say you shouldn't teach on the first week. I don't know. I think we should at least review something from the previous year, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, let's get into this what's in my bag, because I don't have too much time here. Now, this is a Coach backpack that my wife bought me a few years ago for Father's Day. I really love this backpack. I like the design of it, kind of like a rucksack, right? And the two buckles here. I also like the color. The color blue is not that deep of a blue, right? I am a Dodgers fan, as you'll see my Ohtani poster back here. But it's not that kind of blue that doesn't really go with anything. You could actually pair a lot of earth tones with it, and it's not going to take over your whole outfit. So this is just a really nice backpack in terms of just it being a lot of it neutral and blue as well, and also just some pops of color as well. So we have a little bit of yellow there as well. But let's get into what I have now. My main thing, right? My main thing is my Lenovo Legion laptop. I bought this last year at Best Buy. It was on sale for, I think, $1,099. 16 gigabytes of RAM. Would I have liked it to have more RAM? Yeah, absolutely. But, given today's RAM prices, I couldn't argue with the price either, especially because I'm mainly using this for, school stuff. I am doing some light gaming on it, but not a whole lot. I really just rely on my Nintendo Switch 2 for that, and my gaming PC at home. But this is pretty great. I could run local AI on this. I've run, I think, Quen. I forgot the model that I'm running on it, but it runs it pretty well, and and it's pretty fast. It's pretty responsive. I would like to upgrade this to maybe 24 or 32 one day if I just happen to, unconsciously buy, unconsciously after a few beverages, buy some RAM for it. But I really love it. I think it's a really great white color. The screen's huge. I like the keyboard. I'm running Linux Mint on it, and I've been running Linux on most of my personal devices. My gaming PC is Ubuntu. My laptop is Linux Mint, and another laptop that I have is Pop! OS. So I've been getting used to Linux for the past 3 years now, to the point where I've wanted to run some computers in my classroom on Linux just to get some old games on it. But yeah, this is just something that I really wanted. I think it was just a really great personal purchase. I would highly recommend a Lenovo laptop to a lot of people, and recommend trying out Linux if you're interested in that. And if you are interested in Linux, I will probably do a video of what I'm running on this personal machine for my work and stuff. If you were interested in that, please comment below. Otherwise, let's see what else we got. So we got the charger to the laptop, right? And something I usually lug around are my notebooks. So I've got two here. I actually have one in my lunch bag as well, but this one's more of a planner. This one's more of a video ideas notebook that I got from Target. Has a nice material on it, kind of a canvas, right? It's from the Hearth and Hand collection, but I've been carrying this around for about 10 years now, and has a nice feel to it. Just something a little bit more permanent, things, ideas that I have for videos. The paper is like not like, I don't know. I'm not a great big like person on like paper. Like, oh, this is the best paper you could ever write on. But I do like this notebook a lot, and it's managed to stay with me for 10 years. So it hasn't been filled up yet. This one is a planner that my wife got me. I love the green color on this one. This is a yearly planner, but we're for the year like 2025. But there are a lot of pages that are just like have blank days on it, right? I can still apply it to days of this year and not worry. The thing I do like about this is that it does have these pages, and I haven't had to like throw it out yet. And I'm also somebody that when it comes to planning, as I was talking about on like my first day, when it comes to planning, I'm not somebody that is like consistent with planning. I do sporadically plan, and I do better when I ultimately plan my day. But I'm not consistent with it always. I hit maybe 4 to 5 days a week with plans. But ultimately, it does help me. And this is a great planner for that because not all days are like tied to like 1 week. And I don't feel like, well, I'm cutting into a week here that I shouldn't be here. Like, no, it's at my discretion, right? Another thing I've been lugging around with me for some reason is the Dogman game. Now, in my classroom last year, we were teaching the book Dogman as a graphic novel. And one thing that I really love about graphic novels in the classroom is that you have the ability to teach comprehension with a lot of emphasis on the words, expression. If something goes kaboom or if someone screams something, which there's always somebody screaming something in Dogman, you can really express yourself a lot. And I think that lends itself to the comprehension of the book better. And you could teach that, those reading cues with something that kids already like. And kids do tend to check out Dogman books from the library. I still want to, so I brought it back with me. I still want to teach, Dogman alongside with playing a game. I actually have an esports setup in my classroom, which I'll probably show at a later time. It's nothing crazy, right? It has to be a little bit more mobile because I don't have a lot of space. But because I have that esports setup, I do have a Nintendo Switch available to play this. And in learning about adaptation in college, I would like to just ask the students questions about maybe some similarities they see to the book. Because as you can see, like in the preview here, you have, those alliteration words, right, popping up on screen. You can't see it too well. But just little stuff like that to get them interested in the reading and get them interested in a lot of the grammar and the terms that they need to know when it comes to comprehending the reading that they're doing, right? I didn't do great on the RICA, so a lot of these terms I'm like, very fuzzy on. It's been like 8 years since I took the RICA. So if you think like, oh, what is he talking about with comprehension? Like, I can ask myself the same question. But I do know they go together somehow. As far as like in my main pouch, that might be it. We do have a couple cables, right? And let's get in here. I have some hand balm that I got from Trader Joe's, and this stuff like lasts forever. My hands tend to get really, really dry. And this head to toe moisturizing balm from Trader Joe's, I always buy like 3 of them for the year, give a couple out as gifts, keep one for myself. And this tends to stay in my bag like most of the time because it's really great. It's not really greasy. It absorbs pretty fast. And I really love this stuff. And I'll probably buy another jar of it because I tend to misplace them also. I have, let's see here, a couple cables that are just kind of useless, right? Ultimately, I really wish I would have cleaned my backpack a little bit better. But as far as like what I use, it's really just those main things. I do have a camera charger for my Sony A6500, which I did not bring today. I actually brought it on vacation over the last weekend on a little mini trip. But I do have this in my backpack as well. And I mean, I guess this just goes to show that I don't like plant stuff in my backpack just for the sake of views. This is like real stuff in my backpack. I also happen to have the Trader Joe's ginger mints. I maybe have a bad habit of eating these as like just like candy, but also they freshen your breath pretty well. They taste pretty good. I happen to like the taste of ginger. And overall, like these are pretty good mints. It's not just like an Altoid where it just tastes like bland mint. And big fan of these mints, right? And a couple pens, right? Or one pen. Let's get really in there. Gel pen. You know, I was maining the Pilot G2 pen, which I haven't had a brand new one in a while. I've been like bouncing back and forth between like these Sharpies, right? I've been bouncing back and forth between these Sharpies, and you know, they're pretty good pens as well. I'd say they're pretty good competitors to the Pilot G2, but these Sharpie pens are pretty good as well. But I think that's pretty much it in my bag. I thought I had a little bit more that was entertaining, but I guess to start the school year fresh and you know, without too much distractions, I think that's pretty good. But as far as this whole video, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you are starting the school year, I hope you have a great school year. I'm probably going to do another one of these videos tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. Consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.